This video is going to be a full tutorial on how to run ads on Facebook. I've spent over a year testing different Facebook ad strategies, and I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process that actually works in 2025. We're going to cover everything from the technical setup all the way to creating your first ad and managing it properly. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to create your Facebook Business Manager, set up your pixel, launch your first campaign, and most importantly, avoid getting your account banned, which happens to way too many beginners. Here's the thing, Facebook ads aren't just another marketing channel. With over 3 billion active users across the Meta ecosystem, this is literally the largest audience you can reach on any platform. And I'm not just talking about Facebook here, your ads will also show up on Instagram, Instagram Stories, Reels, and all across Meta's network. The reason I personally recommend starting with Facebook ads over other platforms is simple. The targeting is incredibly sophisticated and Meta's algorithm is really good at finding people who are likely to buy your products. Plus, you can start with a relatively small budget and still see real results. Facebook ads are basically a paid form of advertising where you pay Meta to show your content to specific people across their entire ecosystem. Your ads can appear in people's news feeds, in Instagram Stories, in Reels, and tons of other places within Meta's platform. The cool thing is that you get to choose who sees your ads based on their interests, demographics, and behaviors. Alright, so let's get started with the actual setup. The first thing you need to do is create your Facebook Business Manager account. Now this is super important. You absolutely need to do this with your personal Facebook account because Meta needs to verify that you're a real person. So go ahead and head over to business.facebook.com. You'll see a page that looks like this, and you want to click on Create Account right here at the top. Now it's going to ask you for your business name and your email address. For the business name, just put whatever you want to call your business. This doesn't have to be anything official, it's just for organization purposes. Go ahead and enter your email address and then click submit. You'll get a verification email, so go check your inbox real quick and enter that verification code. Once you're verified, you'll be taken to your Business Manager dashboard. Now, before we can run ads, we need to create a Facebook page for your business. This is required. You can't run ads without a business page. So what you want to do is click on Settings here on the left side, then click on Pages, and then Create New Page. Fill in your business information here, your page name, category, and description. Don't stress too much about making this perfect right now. You can always change it later. The important thing is just to get it set up so we can move forward. Now that we have our business page set up, we need to create an ad account. This is where we'll actually create and manage our Facebook ads. Back in your Business Manager, go to Settings again, then click on Add Accounts, and then Create New Account. Give your ad account a name. I usually just call mine something simple like main ad account or whatever makes sense for your business. Choose your country and currency, then click next. Make sure my business is selected, then click next. Finally, agree to Meta terms of service and click create ad account. Here's something that's super important that a lot of people skip. You need to verify your account and turn on two-factor authentication. This is crucial for avoiding bans and restrictions later on. Go to your personal Facebook account settings. Then choose Meta Account Center from the left, click on Password and Security, then Two-Factor Authentication. Select your account. Enter your password for confirmation, then choose the preferred method for Two-Factor Authentication. Alright, so now we need to set up something called the Facebook Pixel. The pixel is basically a small piece of code that goes on your website and tracks what people do when they visit your site. This is super important because it tells Facebook when someone makes a purchase, adds something to their cart, or takes any other action on your website. Now, without the pixel, Facebook has no idea if your ads are actually working. If you're using Shopify, which I highly recommend for beginners, installing the pixel is actually really easy. In your Shopify dashboard, go to Apps on the left side, then search for Facebook in the App Store. You'll see the Facebook and Instagram app. Go ahead and click Install. This app will handle all the technical stuff for you, so you don't have to mess with any code. Once it's installed, click on the app and then Connect Account. This will connect your Shopify store to your Facebook Business Manager. Click Confirm Account, which will then open the app, and now we are ready to set it up. Click Get Started, then click Connect next to your store. For data sharing, I'm going to leave all the settings as they are before clicking Save. Now click Create New next to create meta pixel and finally click Confirm. Finally, agree to the catalog terms, then submit for review. Now wait for the channel setup to finalize and that's it. You are good to go. Now we need to make sure the pixel is actually working. In your Facebook Business Manager, go to Events Manager. You can find this in the main menu. Click on your pixel and you should see a section called Test Events. Go to your website and do some actions like viewing a product or adding something to your cart. You should see these events showing up in real time in the Events Manager. If you're not seeing any events, don't panic. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for everything to sync up. But if it's been more than 10 minutes and you're still not seeing anything, you might need to double check your setup. Alright, now for the fun part, creating your first Facebook ad campaign. In your Business Manager, click on Ads Manager in the main menu. This is where all the magic happens. You'll see a big green button that says Create. Go ahead and click on that. This will start the campaign creation process. Facebook will ask you what your campaign objective is. For e-commerce stores, you almost always want to choose sales. This tells Facebook that your goal is to get people to make purchases on your website. Click on Sales and then hit Continue. Here's where we set up something called Campaign Budget Optimization, or CBO. This is really important. Instead of setting budgets for individual ad sets, we're going to set one budget for the entire campaign and let Facebook distribute it to wherever it's performing best. Make sure Advantage Campaign Budget is turned on. This is basically the same thing as CBO, just with a new name. For your daily budget, I recommend starting with somewhere between $50 to $100 per day if you're a complete beginner. I know that might sound like a lot, but here's the thing. If you go too low, Facebook won't have enough data to optimize your campaigns properly. If $50 feels like too much, you can start with $30. But I wouldn't go lower than that. Remember, this is money you should be comfortable potentially losing while you're learning. Set your budget and then click Next. Now we're in the ad set level. Give your ad set a name. I usually just call it something simple like ad set 1 or broad targeting. Make sure your conversion location is set to website and your pixel is selected. Here's something most beginners get wrong. They try to target too many countries at once. I recommend starting with just the top English-speaking countries that have high purchasing power. In the location section, add United States, United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. These 5 countries have the highest e-commerce spending and will give you the best chance of success. For age targeting, I always recommend starting with 21 and up. Here's why. People under 21 typically have less disposable income and are less likely to make purchases online. By targeting 21 plus, you're focusing your budget on people who actually have money to spend. Now here's where a lot of people get confused. You might think you need to add a bunch of interest and detailed targeting, but actually I recommend starting with completely broad targeting. Don't add any interests, behaviors, or detailed targeting. Just leave it completely broad and let Facebook's algorithm figure out who to show your ads to. The algorithm is really good at finding people who are likely to buy your products, especially if you have a good pixel with conversion data. For placements, I recommend leaving this on Advantage plus Placements. This means Facebook will show your ads across all their platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Stories, Reels, etc. Some people like to manually select placements, but when you're starting out, it's better to let Facebook optimize this for you. Click Next to move on to the ad level. At the ad level, you'll see options for how to create your ad. Make sure Manual Upload is selected. This gives you full control over your creative. Now, you can use either video or image ads, but I personally think video ads perform better in 2025. Videos get more engagement and tend to have lower costs per click. If you're using a video, make sure it's high quality and shows your product in action. If you're using images, use bright, eye-catching photos that clearly show what you're selling. Make sure to add your website URL in the destination field. If you're promoting a specific product, link directly to that product page rather than your homepage. Here's something super important that most beginners mess up. Once you publish your campaign, you need to wait at least 72 hours before making any changes. This is called the learning phase, and it's when Facebook's algorithm is figuring out who to show your ads to. If you make changes during this period, you reset the learning phase and basically start over. I know it's tempting to tweak things if you're not seeing immediate results, but trust me, patience is key here. During those first 72 hours, the main metrics you want to watch are your return on ad spend, ROAS, and your cost per purchase. Don't worry about things like click-through rates or cost per click, focus on whether people are actually buying. A good ROAS to aim for is at least 3 to 1. Meaning for every dollar you spend on ads, you make $3 in sales. If you're breaking even or close to it, that's actually not bad for a new campaign. After 72 hours, if your campaign is profitable, you can start scaling by increasing your budget by about 25% every day. If it's breaking even, let it run for a few more days to see if it improves. If your campaign is losing money after a week with no signs of improvement, then it's time to turn it off and try a different approach. I always recommend testing multiple ad creatives at once, create 3 to 5 different ads with different videos or images, and let Facebook determine which one performs best. This gives you a much better chance of finding a winner. Let's talk about something that can completely ruin your Facebook ads experience: getting banned. I've seen too many people lose their accounts because they didn't follow Facebook's policies. The most common reasons for bans are promoting prohibited products, using misleading claims in your ads, having poor customer service that leads to lots of complaints, or having suspicious account activity. Make sure your ad copy doesn't make any crazy claims like lose 30 pounds in 30 days or make $10,000 overnight. Facebook hates exaggerated claims and will shut you down fast. Your images should be clean and professional, no overly sexualized content, no before-after photos for weight loss products, and no images with too much text. If you're just starting out, I recommend avoiding certain industries that Facebook scrutinizes heavily. Stay away from supplements, weight loss products, anything health related, financial services, and adult products. Stick to simple physical products like home goods, accessories, or gadgets until you get comfortable with the platform. Here's a pro tip. Before you publish any ad, copy your ad text and paste it into ChatGPT. Ask something like, is this Facebook ad copy compliant with Facebook's advertising policies? ChatGPT is pretty good at catching potential policy violations before you submit your ads. So those are pretty much the basics of setting up your first Facebook ad campaign. If this tutorial helped you set up your first Facebook ad campaign, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know that you want more content like this.